No, well, we'll make a start. I think there might be a couple more members joining us, but we'll there we go. Look at that for timing. Here's Mr. Chairman.
Hi, everybody.
Morning, Robert.
You all right?
Morning.
Sorry, just setting it up.
No, well,
hi, everybody.
We'll make a start anyway, and I'll say when several members join us as we're going along, we can we can tune in there as well. But obviously, Thursday, thank you for all for all coming on today, and a huge thank you to Ben and Whitney for taking the time to come and talk to all of our members today. It's been great to have you both as members and as part of the club to date. Really, it's been great to follow both your progress on the tour. So it's great to have you both here, and it'd be great to get an insight into into probably different golf for all of us to to play at the level that you guys are at, really. But no, just to give it, not that any background's really needed, but obviously Whitney's been playing the Ladies European Tour since around about 2014. Please stop me if I'm wrong, Whitney. Please stop me if I'm going wrong here. And like I say, he's been playing on the Ladies European Tour since then, and also on the Australian Tour, where Whitney won the Brisbane Invitational in 2019. And also Ben's been, like I say, part of the circuit as well, and is also a very good player. And I'm sure he'll probably not admit that to all of us, but he is as well.
He's very good.
You're too kind, Louis.
He's club champ. He's club champ.
I know, club champion. You can't say this. I was going to say. I know. And but no, Ben's been caddying on the tour for quite some time as well. And Ben's currently on the bag of Olivia Cowan, who's the German golfer, and Ben, I'm sure will be able to help us as well with course management and how we can plot our way around the golf course. So no, brilliant to both have you on today, and I say massively appreciated. What we'll do, if it's all right with everyone, if we can ask everyone just to put themselves on mute, and then what we'll do is we'll go around each member and get through as many questions as we can, and then obviously pass it over to Whitney and Ben, if that's all right with everyone.
Sounds great. Thank you for having us.
No, thanks for having us.
It's great to finally chat and get to meet most of you as well, virtually.
No, perfect. So what we'll do then, Dave Fisher, Mr. Captain, have you got a question for Ben and Whitney? Oh, you're on mute, Dave.
I'm not now.
Just trying to talk.
I thought I'd get that one out of the way so it saves anybody else any embarrassment. I've got two questions, actually, one for each of you.
Perfect.
Yep.
So I go a ladies first, Whitney. What are the next steps in your development, Whitney? Because you often see a lot of the professionals, particularly on the men's tour, that are really successful, then go away and redesign their swing or do something different. What's next for you? And then secondly, this one's for Benji. Benji, how long are you going to keep caddying for? Till you're Billy Foster's age?
He's still young, isn't he?
He's younger than Robert Twigg anyway.
It's a very nice day.
So I've been on the Ladies European Tour since 2013, and I have just got the schedule actually, and Kenya has just been postponed and South Africa has been postponed, so we've got nothing until May. So I've got a pretty full-on schedule from then on, but again, we're trying to figure out if Q School will be on, because that's always been a goal of mine to go to America to play on the LPGA as well. So that's the goal for me. So that's good, and but pretty much just based in Europe at the moment, and we keep going from there. Really, take it year by year.
I think the big
change in your game.
Yeah, my putting and chipping. I've been working on it. It's definitely a big it's a big part of the game. Obviously, you drive for show, putt for dough, kind of is a cliche kind of saying that you have, but no, we've done a lot of work with Brewer, which is Ben's father and my coach. So we're doing a lot of work swing wise, technically, but also the short game as well, which is obviously very important too. So
I could also recommend that you speak to Stuart Smith, because he's absolutely brilliant at chipping and putting.
Gets up and down from anywhere.
And Ben, how long are you going to keep going for?
I think it's like any job, really. Like you sort of do your apprenticeship and you get to a level where you become respected in the profession that you sort of enter into. I feel like I've done my apprenticeship now. I've been caddying for nearly 8 years. I've been lucky. I've been able to work with some really good players. So as my reputation as a caddy has sort of improved and changed and grown sort of thing, I feel now like I'm getting to the point where the opportunities for the players that you work for are only getting bigger. So this is me for the foreseeable. I think I get paid to do something I love, you know, and I think for people, any line of work, you know, if you can get paid to do something you love and enjoy and find a way to make a living and be successful at it, that's something
Very
that
lucky.
yeah, exactly. We're very, very fortunate, and we get to do it together as well, which is
Even better.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think this is me for the foreseeable.
Okay, well, you can always carry my bag at some point, Ben.
I've heard that pays pretty well as well, Dave. So
Nothing. Thanks,
I'll be
guys.
on 10% and nothing's there. Yeah.
You won't win much.
No, good question,
No,
Dave.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, great question. So we'll after, I think with that introduction there, we'll go to Di and Stuart Smith, I think, from there.
Okay, as we're a bit short on ladies here, I see. Whitney, when the draw comes out on the European Tour event, who are you really pleased to be drawn with? Who do you like playing alongside? Which are the
Oh, wow.
pro?
Oh, there's plenty of girls that have a great personality. Playing girls with like Christina Kim, she's always great fun to play with her. She's obviously a bit controversial, but she's been great with me since day one, and you get people like that. But on the ladies European Tour, and you get girls like Clara Spokova, she's one of my great friends. Steph Kyriakou, another youngster who's coming through the rankings, and she's already won on tour, and you know, she's doing great too. But you know, there's some of the Aussie girls, we usually stick together. But no, I love playing with anyone that obviously is out there to win, and you know, it's good to see what their game is like and what my game is like, and you know, it's obviously very competitive as well. So you know, I'm very happy to be drawn with anyone, really. I'm pretty easygoing, so I do talk to everybody, really. So no, it's good.
Whit won't say it, but she's one of the people who no one's got a bad word to say about, and she won't say anything bad about anyone else either. So
one more name I do like is Kari Webb. Whenever I play with her, it's just amazing. she treats me like a proper good friend, and you know, she's helped me out a lot. But yeah, no, it's you know, when I get to play with people like her, it is very inspiring, and it obviously boosts my game as well. So no, I'm very, very lucky.
So what about the opposite then, Ben? Who don't they want to play with?
There's a couple of them too.
I think Louis said this is going on YouTube, so we're going to be very careful about what we say. I think the biggest thing, particularly from my perspective as a caddy, it's slightly different to Whit. Like the player interaction is slightly different to player caddy. So the first thing I'll check when we get the list of the draw will be the caddy who that works for the player.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time your day is either fantastic from the off because of the caddy in the group, and it can also be slightly more challenging because of a caddy who's in the group. Or I think the biggest thing which people I know at Torksey, pace of play is a big thing, and Lincoln Golf Club, sorry, and it's the same on tour. You know, there's definitely quicker players and slower players, and everyone professionally is very aware of who these players are. Not going to name any names whatsoever, but it's
Laura Davis does. She names names.
Do you know what?
She's one of the quickest players I've ever played with.
Laura's fantastic to play with because
she's very funny.
You literally still walk into the ball. I mean, she normally hits it past everyone anyway. What
Yeah.
used to do. She's not quite as long now, comparable to what she was sort of 10, 15, 20 years ago. But she, by the time you get to your ball, she's ready to play. So you better be ready to play. She is so fast.
She is hilarious, isn't
Yeah,
she?
she's brilliant.
She's got some good banter on the golf course. That's probably the best trait to have out there.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, good questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that's brilliant. So we've got to go to Rafi and Sophia next. Here we go. How are we both? You all right?
Rafi's gone.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How old were you when you started playing golf?
I was 7 years old when I started playing. So I'm actually left-handed, and I was lucky enough to be given one left-handed club and one right-handed club to start off with, just to see what I was more comfortable with. And funnily enough, I was more comfortable with the right-handed club. So I was, yeah, like I said, I was very lucky to be given the opportunity to try both ways. And I've just loved it ever since. And I've been very lucky with my parents to support me as well full time. And obviously now with Ben and his family too. And no, it's good. But you know, I'm 30 years old now, so it's a long time.
30 years old.
Just turned 30, so I've been playing for a little while, but I love every minute of it. How old are you?
8.
8. Awesome.
And you've already started.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
I started when I was 3.
Oh,
Gee. Oh, so you're ahead of me
I tell you-
already.
By the time you're 30, you're going to be a multiple major champion if that's the case.
Yeah. That sounds good. Oh no, that's awesome. You got to keep it up and keep following your dreams. And you know, if that's what you want to do, and I 100% I approve, and I want to support you as well if you want to meet up one day as well, and we can go out and have a game. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
no, that's awesome. That is awesome. So,
No, of course, anytime.
no, brilliant. Thank you for that. Thank you. So we'll go to Ed next in on Bondi Beach. See where he.
Hi, both of you. Just
Hey, Ed.
one question for Whitney. I noticed there's a lot of Koreans on the tour. Any particular reason why they're? Because it's only a very small country. And one for you, Ben. Do you actually play the courses before you caddy for your partner?
Cool.
Yeah, so in regards to the Koreans, I think they've got a very strong work ethic. If they choose to play golf, they do it 100% right from the start, and it's just full on really. And obviously there's different situations with parents and things like that, but no, they work very hard. It's almost quite scary. It's very machine like. It's quite impressive to watch. Yeah. And some of the Korean girls, they don't hit it very long either. Obviously there are some that do hit it long, but they just hit it so straight. And you know, they're not afraid to hit it close with hybrids either, you know, and make birdies from there, whereas the other girls would hit irons in. You know, that it doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you get it done right, the lowest score wins. But no, they are impressive to watch, and they do have a very good work ethic for sure. I think it's in their blood.
They're not very social.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I think they're very friendly. I think that's just what you see on the TV maybe. They look very serious, but there's a lot of girls who are very cute and very shy, and they, you know, you talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, hi, how's it going? You know, so there's a lot of really friendly Korean girls as well. And I'm actually very close with Minji Lee and Sue O on the LPGA. I grew up with them, and they are very Australian, that's for sure, but they still have that Korean work ethic too. So, you know, yeah, very, very friendly.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then?
In terms of playing the courses, you know, I wish we could play more golf.
Yeah.
The best thing, well, for me, in recent years, lockdown, obviously I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, and quite selfishly, it's meant that we've been able to spend a bit more time at home. And for me personally, playing a lot more golf, and it's been great to come out and play with you guys and
And I end up caddying.
being a member at a golf club, you know, and doing stuff that it's what I grew up with, you know, like
normal thing.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So in short, no, we don't get to play a lot of golf. I mean, I go. So last year obviously was a bit of a write-off. 2018, I was in America. I think I did 42 out of 52 weeks caddying.
For Caroline Masson, wasn't
it? I worked for Caroline Masson at the start of the year, then worked for Arya Jutanagarn, who was number 2 in the world. So yeah, I mean, I wish we could play some more golf. We get invites every now and then. I got lucky. I played at Torrey Pines 2018. We had a couple of rounds in Palm Springs at some pretty decent golf clubs on weeks off. But it's weeks off, and a lot of the time it sounds crazy, but when you spend so much time on a golf course, sometimes being as far away from a golf course, being on a beach or being anywhere but a golf course is the best thing. I know it's for members of a golf club, it's difficult to comprehend because it's your leisure time and your getaway and your escape sort of thing. But no, in short, I definitely wish we could play some more golf.
And Ben has taken my clubs before to go out and play on the Monday after.
Make sure you don't snap them.
Thank you.
No, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Many thanks, Ed. So Michael, should we go to Michael Pickles next?
Morning, you two. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah,
I've
morning,
got
how you doing?
We're good.
a couple of questions, a serious one and a slightly funny one. But the serious one is really just trying to get an understanding of your sort of work program in terms of, you know, how you practice and, you know, how you split your time in your practice sessions. How much time do you actually allocate on practice? I know it's difficult at the moment, but assuming we're in a normal situation. And then secondly, I want to know how many shots you give Ben when you play against each other.
That's 0. I can answer that straight away.
Oh, you're not a very good negotiator, Ben, are you?
No, we're slightly competitive, obviously. Yeah, I'll never get given shots for sure. I'd never like to beat Whitney with shots either, so it's got to try and keep it competitive. I think the majority of the time you've got to shoot under par to win, which is good.
It pushes me as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think like Lincoln Golf Club off the white tees is pretty much a perfect length for Whit to practice on as well, you know. So
very similar to LET, definitely.
Yeah, so it's very competitive, that's for sure. But yeah, going back to how you work and your work schedule, it's
usually in a normal world.
Start practice taught like away from the golf course.
Away from the golf course, yeah. Well, I pretty much just practice almost every day, really. We only give ourselves one travel day, but after a tournament, for example, we'll come back, have a couple of days off, but then when we get to full-on practice, I'll do a lot of long game work. Again, Stuart Brewer, my coach and Ben's father, will work on technical things and make sure my swing is intact, and you know, just make sure we get rid of any niggly bits or whatever, and we keep it in form. And then he'll look at my chipping or putting, and again making sure everything's in form and making sure everything's right. And then I practice as well, and we go to the back of the range as well, don't we, to hit balls. And I usually like to hit cones and things like that. We do a lot of distance work as well. Obviously doing like 10, 15, 20 meters for chipping, and making sure I'm hitting the right numbers and getting the feeling of what swing I need to make to actually hit that shot. And obviously for the longer game as well, I go through the bag. That's probably one of my best drills that I like to do. And that's pretty much, that's it really. But no, we put a lot of hours in for sure. And obviously with the facilities at Lincoln, it's second to none really. You know, it's amazing out there, and it's been a huge advantage to have good greens before going to a tournament as well. So that helps me prepare for each event. But no, it's good that we live and breathe golf, really. Don't we? That's all we do.
Yeah.
But no, we absolutely love it, and I love it. And I'm very lucky to do it for a living. But no, it's very important to do practice, and not just golf. It's fitness and training and things like that. So it's all round schedule throughout the day. So no, that's it.
I think the big thing from my perspective, obviously I living with Whitney at tournaments and then away from tournaments, you know,
Yeah.
finding a balance between, obviously when you leave to go to a tournament, you want to be ready to play.
Yeah.
So all the technical work that you've done or are doing has to almost be pushed aside, and you need to be focusing purely on getting the ball in the hole.
Yeah.
And being ready to play and compete.
Yeah. So if I've done the preparation, I know I'm ready to go as well. And also, I work hard enough to obviously prepare, but I don't want to burn myself out, because by the time Sunday comes, and if I'm in, you know, in the top whatever on the leaderboard, I want to make sure I'm fresh and ready to go rather than burn out. So it's all a bit of a balance, really, isn't it?
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, in terms of scheduled practice, I mean, having been around golf professionals for a long time, you know, you start to realize that there is no right and wrong. You have to listen to your body first and foremost, and you've got to be able to plan your own schedule according to what you feel like you need to do at any given time. So I think one of the biggest things is being able to chop and change. You know, when, like this year in particular, we've
had to adjust.
Yeah, there's been gaps in the schedule. There's been, say, 4 weeks on, 3 weeks off, 4 weeks on, 2 weeks off, sort of thing. So making sure you're ready to play, it's going to change week to week. You know, a lot of the guys on the main tour, on the PGA Tour, on the European Tour, they're playing a lot of money matches, and they're getting ready to play through playing.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's something that Whitney's done a lot more in recent years. We've played a lot more golf.
Yeah, definitely.
Rather than bash balls for the sake of working on technique.
And then waiting for a tournament as well.
Yeah. So it's finding a way to best keep yourself sharp and prepare yourself so that you're ready when the gun goes on a Thursday, that you're ready to go.
Yeah.
And then be ready to go for however long you've got to keep going. You know, there's going to be times in a schedule where you're playing 7 weeks on the trot, which is then going to change your schedule throughout tournament weeks. You know, Monday's usually a travel day, so a lot of the time you'll give yourself your Monday off. You might go hit balls Monday afternoon. Tuesday you might play a practice round. Wednesday you might be in the pro-am. So it varies from week to week, golf course to golf course as well. And that's a big thing that people sort of overlook. You know, if you've been to the same golf course 5, 6, 7 times, there's maybe not as much of a need to spend a lot of time on a golf course preparing for maybe certain tee shots or shots that you're going to face, because you know them already. But it might be preparing for the speed of the greens, or for, you might get some different lines in bunkers or around
grass,
different grass is a big thing. You know, like as a tour pro,
you have to adjust very quickly.
Week to week you're going to go from the biggest difference is you might be in Spain one week where you've got like Kikuyu, thick tough lies around the green where a lot of the grain will come into you, so you might want to work more on your chipping any given week. And then you might go to like a British Open or a Scottish Open where you're playing on firm, hard, fast terrain,
doing chip and runs,
so you're hitting chip and runs. You know, so preparing your game for the challenge that's going to be put in front of you is paramount, sort of thing.
And you've got to do that in 2 or 3 days. So
which are I think that's the thing that people, it's very easy. You watch on TV, and you see I don't know, your favorite player finishing top 5 3 weeks on the trot. You know, it's not just because they're playing fantastically well, it's because they're able to adjust to different conditions week in, week out. And that's something I feel like is massively overlooked, particularly with the best players in the world. You know, their ability to adapt and to change and to have themselves peaked and ready to go
Yeah.
week in, week out.
Even the weather as well, you know, the difference in ball flight with heat and cold, and as you all know, so
Numbers wise, that's huge. Like obviously,
yeah,
my job's more obviously I don't get to hit a shot, which is fantastic. You know, there's no responsibility on my back to hit the middle of the face.
tell us what to do.
But knowing how far the ball's going to fly is key. So
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Certainly when you watch it on television and you see them playing these chips out of all these different grasses, and they're able to gauge the release, and same with long putts, you know, the speed control is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Great to hear how you are able to work on that. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, of course.
no, great question.
Great question. No, Martin, should we go to Martin Hargreaves? Are you there, Martin?
I am, Louis. Am I unmuted now?
Yep. All
Hello,
good to go.
Martin.
I'm unmuted. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, morning. Enjoying all this chat. It's very interesting. You mentioned, Whitney, that you were thinking of trying to go on the Q School for America.
Yeah.
Is there a Q? Presumably, there's a Q School to get onto the European Tour each year for the ladies. Is that you have to qualify for, or is that right, or like the men?
Yeah,
Is that what you
so
have to do?
it's pretty much the same as the men. So I went to LPGA Q School back in 2007 and also 2009. I've actually been to Q School 3 times in America, and unfortunately missed out there. But I went to Ladies European Tour Q School in 2012, and I turned professional, and I got my full card as well, and I've kept my card ever since. So the way it works is you go through, for example, the Ladies European Tour is slightly different to the LPGA. The way I did it, I went to Morocco and I played 4 rounds, and then there was a cut, and then there was a couple of days off, and then the final week it was another 4 rounds as well. So it was more of a marathon more than anything. But it's it's pretty much it's pretty cutthroat. But at the time they only gave 30 cards out of the 250 girls that entered. So yeah, it's like you no, but it's very, very similar on the LPGA, isn't it? They've changed it a little bit throughout the years, but they do it through a longer process because it's obviously a higher tour and a lot more girls want to play. So there's actually 3 stages that you have to go through. So one's usually in July, and then the second and third, the final stage are in September, October time. And the last couple of years I've played at Pinehurst, but yeah, it's a pretty cutthroat situation, and it's obviously whoever's got the best mindset for those few weeks, and whoever plays well obviously get through. But no, it's a tough situation. No, thank you. We hope to go again this year if it works. I'm not too sure if it will or not, but we'll see how we go.
Well, I wish you well. And do you both keep very fit? I mean, you obviously all your practicing. Ben, you've got all this walking and carrying bags to do. Do you get time to train in the gym as well as all the playing sort of practice that you do? Are you gym bunnies as well when you get time?
This year last year 2020 was fantastic because it was. I think the biggest thing while we're away is being able to maintain a proper diet, proper sleep, being able to use a gym, being able to exercise away from the golf course. You know, like obviously when you're staying in hotels, it depends week to week again, but
last year we weren't allowed to use any gyms, so that was a little bit of an issue.
So it's
I would use just little gym bands that I've got, and you can go out for a run or whatever. But yeah, I love doing Pilates and yoga, so I can do that in my hotel room or anything anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, it's
nice to be, so obviously throughout lockdown being able to run and to get back to doing normal things, control what you eat every day, what goes in, and
just get into a normal routine again,
just
nice.
good habits. Like as I was saying, when you stay in a hotel, you're very limited to what you can have. A lot of the time, we're going to early tea times, you're getting up, you're eating whatever's there, just to basically get going in the morning. And then you have a late tea time, you're eating whatever there's available when you get back to the hotel. So we try and stay in houses as much as possible.
Try and cook as much as we can. We love cooking.
Stay with other players and caddies.
I don't know when we'll be allowed to do that again.
Yeah,
but
it's I mean, this COVID's completely changed what we do for sure. It's made it far more difficult, and just the logistics of everything. You know, like we've been dictated to where we can eat, what we can eat. There's limited, reduced menus. So, I mean, we love food. We love cooking. We love eating out, and it's
we have a really good balance of everything.
Yeah, we try to,
which is really key, because like we said before, you can get burnt out quite easily as well if you're doing too much of this or that, whatever. So we do like to try and balance everything out. But no, physically, I feel really fit and healthy, and I've had a niggly back the last 3 or 4 years, but I've managed to control that after doing a lot of yoga and Pilates, so that's really helped a lot. So
good.
No, it's good.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Of course.
No, thank you.
Wish you well if you get with America and everything you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Martin.
Brilliant. Are we Simon and Helen? Should we go across to you?
Oh, I think I'm still on mute.
There we are.
There
Right.
we
Hi.
Hey.
Morning.
Yeah, I just wondered, guys, if you felt that the women's game has a future, or is it going to be the poor relation for the European Tour and the PGA for the foreseeable future, or do you think the increasing amount of televised women's golf is going to help things?
And a supplementary, you're talking about the ladies' American tour. If you look at the leaderboard of the men's tour in America, they often show which colleges the players have been to. Almost exclusively people who've been to college. The people who haven't are usually international players. Do you think that in the ladies' game there's an advantage for young women in this country, if they aspire to be good professional golfers, to try and go through the American collegiate system?
Okay, yeah, I'll answer the first question first. No, we actually just joined up with the ladies European Tour, joined up with the LPGA, sorry. So we've got a co-sanctioned tour pretty much. So we've got a lot more support from the American side now, and also we've got better sponsors. So I definitely think we're going the right way in regards to popularity and, you know, just even media attention as well. We're getting a lot more feedback on, you know, our tournaments now, and people are actually able to watch us a little. Had nothing. we would go to a tournament and we wouldn't see a camera at all. You know, it's actually quite sad, really, because there's so much that we can give, and, you know, I feel like we're a really good product, and it's just having the right people behind us to support us. So I think we're going the right way. It's just taking a little bit more time, more than expected, isn't it, really? But we're a great product. It's just getting the right people on board. And
I think women's sport in general, obviously it's I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm guessing the percentages of golfer who watch golf on television, it's very, very male sort of orientated, which is only going to produce a desire in my eyes to want to show what male golfers want to watch, and that's male golf essentially. You know, but I think if we open our eyes and start to see how good these girls are, they are so good at what they do.
But I think they're missing a trick a bit, in that I was lucky enough to caddy occasionally for one of the first European golf pros ladies. She was a founder of the tour. And I've always said that if you, as a normal male golfer, if you want to see how to hit the ball well, look at the good women.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be able to hit the ball like Dustin Johnson because our back won't allow it. You know, and that's
Yeah.
if you look at some of the good lady golfers, that's a much better role model. And I think the tour should be, you know, on Sky you have all these teaching things. They ought to be trying to push more women through to that, because actually that's a more realistic model for fat old men like me to follow, because I can actually hit the ball like that. I can't hit it like the good men, you know, and it's
yeah, I definitely think we're a lot more relatable, like you said, in regards to yardage or whatever. Like I've played with some of the members, you know, and we hit it a similar length as well, you know, and they'll say, oh yeah, you know, I beat you there with the drive. But you know, it's nice, it's competitive, but very relatable, and I feel like we're very easy to talk to as well. So you know, like we're doing now, you can ask any kind of question you want. But pro-am days, like I feel like the women love pro-am days a little bit more than the guys do. You know, we try and give you guys more time, and like I said, like answer any kind of questions. Like it's just an all-around kind of package that we try and give, and we try and relate to, you know, the male amateur or female amateur as well, and we try and give as many tips as we can. But
I feel I think it's very easy to say what women's golf could do to make itself more relatable. I feel like the upper echelons of our game, sort of the ruling bodies, have dictated for such a long time where golf is going and the direction it's gone. And whether we like it or not, unfortunately, it's all surrounded with distance and length. And there's this big bravado about hitting the ball 350 yards. You know, like you look at it now with Bryson DeChambeau, he's touching 400 yards with every single tee shot. So the R&A are now trying to rein it back, but the R&A were the same body who were lengthening golf courses. You know, they're the same one who put these drivers through. So they've created the issue in the first place. You know, when they had to make a decision, when Tiger Woods came on the scene, sort of late 90s, early 2000s, there was a big decision that had to be made. Was there going to be more emphasis played on golf as an art form and as hitting the golf shots that were required, or are we going to lengthen the golf courses to accommodate the new breed of golfer that came through? And as a result, I feel like women's golf has been pushed aside a little bit. You know, at the same time as like the early 2000s, you had Annika Sorenstam, you had Lorena Ochoa, you had Kari Webb, you had fantastic female talent when it was being televised, and that got pushed out the window because it wasn't able to match up to the same standards of length and what the people wanted to see, you know. And I feel like the ruling bodies of golf have got a lot to answer to as well, you know. Like this is an issue that's been around for a long time, and women's golf is only just starting to get the look in that it really deserves. You know, these girls are so good, as you've seen as well. You know, you've caddied for a founder of the Ladies European Tour, which is, I mean, you've seen it firsthand. They are so good at what they do, and it gets overlooked because we still live in a sexist society. You know, whether we like it or not, that's the case, and we need to start giving the female golfers and women an opportunity to showcase themselves again, which I feel like we're doing for sure.
We're going the right way for sure.
No, it's a really good point. That is a really good point. I think we're going to get a bit close for time now, so I'll pass you across to the chairman, Robert, and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys. That was absolutely great and very enlightening. You've been with us for less than a year, I think, and it has been a delight to have you both around the club. We've really enjoyed it. And your willingness with the juniors and with charity events has been absolutely fantastic. But I've got to say, going forward, I hope we see a lot less of you. You know, it would be great if you're out there on the European tour. It would be great if you get out to America. Whatever, I hope you can keep your association with us going, because we've loved it. And thank you very much.
Absolutely. No, thank you. It's been a huge privilege, and we feel very lucky to be members of Lincoln Golf Club, and I feel very proud to show the logo. You know, I've got the bag tag on my bag as well, you know, so little things like that will make a big difference, and I'm very, very proud to support you guys as well as you support us. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. It's been fantastic.
Club champ over here as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Honoured.
Very honoured.
No, but no, it's been great to have you. Great to have you both on this morning. For the members that we couldn't quite manage to get round to, I'm sure if you wanted to forward the questions across to either myself, and we can, speak to Ben and Whitney and get those answered for you. But yeah, look, it's been an absolute pleasure. Really appreciate your time in coming on to talk to us this morning, and wishing you all both the best of luck this year. Hopefully, we can get back to a bit more of a normal year, and no, we're looking forward to following your progress. So no, thank you very much for coming on with us with us all today.
No, thank you very much for joining and letting us have a chat with you guys. I can't wait to actually chat in person.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Louis. Thanks.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks, Louis. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.